from the 1011 streaming studio, this is Star City Buzz.
Hi everyone, Bill Rentschler alongside Danielle Shank in the 1011 Now streaming studio for another edition of Star City Buzz. Danielle, it's the first weekend of fall.
Is that official?
Yeah, I mean, fall equinox was on Monday, so now it's officially official.
You know, I mean, everything just kind of blends together.
It does.
So, and especially with all of these events, you know, Husker football's on a bye week, so that means everybody has been planning for this weekend for quite some time. They're like, we're putting
all the weddings are happening this weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, tons of things happening this weekend. That we're just going to get to a handful here in this video, so make sure you check out the full list. But this one seems really cool. Golden Ride Bike Fest. So this is all weekend long. Basically, you're going to start out Mopac Trail here in Lincoln. You're going out to the Louisville State Rec area, and you're going to have just a bike party all weekend.
Yeah, pretty much. And so you'll check-in is from 4 to 8 at the State Rec area on Friday. You'll set up camp, enjoy some music, even grab some dinner from a food truck, and then you guys will start bright and early with some breakfast. They'll hit Murdoch, Elmwood, Eagle, enjoy some rest stops, maybe even some paddling, tubing on the Platte River, more drinks, music, just, you know, all the fun stuff to maybe, you know, create a little community with all the people that like to bike and meet some new people.
And we've missed the super early bird registration and the early bird registration. So again, up until Friday when folks leave, it's going to be about $200 for an adult, about $140 for kids. But again, you're packed full of events happening throughout the entire weekend for it. And again, the weather this weekend should be absolutely picture perfect for it. You know, low 80s in that range probably through the weekend. So should be super, super nice for this event, and hope it goes off without a hitch. Friday evening, Danielle, if you wanted to listen to some Tom Petty, head on down to the Bourbon. Yeah,
doors open at 7, so you'll want to get in line probably a little bit before then if you want to get a good spot. Show starts at 8. All ages are welcome, but there is a $2 under 21 fee at the door. If you got general admission in advance, it was $25, but day of show is $30. And then they have pricings for tables.
And this is the kind of event that you might find a wild Brad Anderson out in the community.
He sure enjoys his Tom Petty.
He does. This is his jam. You oftentimes can walk into the Weather Center and there's some Tom Petty coming from his computer. We've talked a lot about, again, obviously the farmers markets have a few more weeks left, but also that's been happening this summer at the Museum of American Speed is they have Cars and Coffee. They have 2 more left. One's going to be on Saturday and then one in late October.
Yeah, so this is from 8 a.m. to noon. They'll have free coffee and donuts. You just bring your friends, family, kids to check out some cool cars. And then if you're also one to bring your own car, you'll get 2 free vouchers to the Museum of American Speed.
There you go. And then also happening on Saturday, again, there's a number of them. This, was just the one we kind of picked. But another vendor fair and bake sale. This is over at Southview Christian Church from 10 to 3. If anyone goes, they wanted to send us some delicious baked goods, we would say yes.
Yeah, just put attention Bill Rentschler and Danielle Shank in parentheses, no one else.
That's right.
No one else, only for them.
That's correct.
But yeah, I'm sure goodies galore and wonderful little crafts as well.
And then a super cool event happening on Sunday. Again, not really an event you kind of see very often, but one that I bet will have some pretty good attendance. LES putting on an EV ride and drive event. So again, if you've ever had any interest in, electric vehicle, I know there's tax credits, I think, ending at the end of this year or something like that. So I think you have to have it bought and paid for by the end of the year to get the tax credit. But this is a chance to kind of learn some more. Yeah,
I mean, if you're in it for the tax credit, that is a lot of pressure, but it's also good for the world too. I don't know why economy is popping into my head, but that's not the word I'm looking for. But you can learn everything about purchasing and owning a plug-in vehicle, and there'll be some local EV owners, so they can tell you the truth about what it's been like to own a vehicle like this, and just get a first-hand look at some of your options.
And it'll be out, and I'm going to say it wrong, the Kevin Wales Operations Center. So it's going to be out on Rokeby Road on the southeast side of town. So again, that should be a super fun event. But again,
good
like I
for
said,
the environment.
Good
That's
for the
environment. E word I'm looking for.
There we go. Eco.
Yeah, there we go. And those were we highlighted some of these events that may have, flown under the radar a little bit. But there's also the Metro Jazz Quintet over at the Leeds Center here this weekend, Friday and Saturday. Haymarket Spirits Tour starting to pick up just in time for spooky season.
There's a number of Oktoberfests.
Yes, Oktoberfest galore. There is one Rib Fest as well on our list.
I must have missed that one.
The Joyo Theater is also putting on Rocky Horror Picture Show starting every Friday until the end of November.
Lincoln Stars have some games this weekend too.
And then Wildfall Festival, that's picking up with a Prairie Run and Ramble. Let's see, where is that at?
Nebraska Soccer plays on Sunday.
Yeah, but that Wildfall Festival has a lot going on, and one that UNL Extension had reached out to us about a composting workshop. So if you're interested in something like that, also SIP Nebraska is happening over at Haymarket Park. That's from, I think, 11 to about 9 or so, where you can kind of test some wine, beer, ciders, all that good stuff. Nature at Nightfall over at the Prairie Pines Nature Reserve.
The Fall Rose Show at the Old Pavilion. That's on Saturday, I believe, from 1 to 4. So there's...
And then Pooches on the Patio. Can't forget about that on Sunday over at Momo's to help out the Capital Humane Society. So yeah, just, as always, handful. But we got to tell you about all of them because there's just gazillions for this weekend. As we said, with the bye week, everybody's been planning for this weekend, and it's finally here.
It is. Is there no Nebraska volleyball this weekend?
There is one. I think they play Maryland or Michigan. One of the M's.
One of the M's.
I think that's on Saturday.
Maryland. Saturday at 3. I found it. It's hard to see because the list is so long.
Yeah. You got to find your little category and all of that good stuff. But, you could read this like a book because you're looking at, what's happening this weekend. We have a section for what's happening coming up that people have emailed us about. We've been getting a little more few submissions with that email that you can see at the bottom of your screen. And then as well, we always have museum exhibits and art shows that are happening. Try to keep that as updated as we can with...
And we have the pumpkin patches at the very top.
Yes. Too. So, you can plan out your next
it's
several
like herding
weekends.
Cats, trying to keep everything
into one area.
It is. So yeah, plenty of things to do this weekend. Again, the weather should be absolutely beautiful this weekend for it as well. So hope everyone gets a chance to get out and do something fun. So appreciate everyone for tuning in and watching as always, and hope everyone has a nice weekend.
You've been listening to 1011 Star City Buzz. Watch, listen, stream on the 1011 Now app on YouTube or wherever you get your podcasts.